Hi, I'm Lisa Ruff, and we are going to have a class today called The Beginner's Dozen with Essential Oils. And we're going to talk about the therapeutic effects of how to heal with essential oils. And a lot of people ask me, what are the first oils I should get? Oh, tell me what the basics are. And of course, that can vary from situation to situation and person to person. But based on my experience of 18 years with essential oils, I have come up with a list of the oils that we will cover today. And that is basil, clove, cypress, eucalyptus, lavender, frankincense, lemon, lemongrass, peppermint, spruce, tangerine, and wintergreen. So those oils are my favorite that I use the most often, and it's going to be exciting today to see how we get into each one. I'm an aromatherapist and an herbalist and have been so for 18 years, and I love natural healing, and I've had tremendous testimonials, myself included, with how the oils can do such a tremendous healing. So not only healing, but lots of fun. I have lots of fun with the oils, and so do my clients and my friends. If by chance you were not able to get the Beginner's Dozen online on my site, lisasherbsandoils.com, that's okay. You can still watch the video and you can learn a lot. And then once you do get your Beginner's Dozen, you can watch it again. And you can smell them and breathe in that deep, wonderful fragrance as we learn about each oil. It's a special deal I have online where you save about $80 buying the 12-pack, the Beginner's Dozen. So before we get any further into class, I really want to talk about the basics as to why the oils heal therapeutically. And you can see that I have here beside me a diffuser, and it is diffusing essential oils right now and into the air. The molecules are going into the atmosphere, increasing the oxygen, increasing the negative ions, increasing the ozone, such as when you're by the ocean or when you're in a beautiful pine forest. So this is a beautiful diffuser I have available on the website. And it will work for an hour solid, or you can do it at intervals and it will last up to 9 hours with the oils and the water that you have inside of it. I also have in front of the diffuser some blends that are in the bottles that you can spray into the air and utilize them immediately over your auric field. You can spray in your face because they are safe, edible, and so pure. And also spray on your pillows, clean the air in the environment that we have, and we'll get back to this more as we continue on. So there are two ways to use essential oils: aromatherapy and physical application. Now there are internal uses, but we're not going to get into that in this video. But aromatherapy is actually what this diffuser and these sprays are doing, or if you pick up a bottle and you breathe it. That is the breathing of the essential oils into the olfactory system, into the limbic part of the brain, the survival part of our brain, and from there carried with the nervous system to all the receptor sites in the body, and the hormones start working. That happens like within 10 seconds. That's aromatherapy, the breathing of the oil. Physical application would be more appropriate if you have something like a lower back issue, your neck, you want to help your liver, then you would apply the essential oil right to that area, and that can be done neat, which means without a carrier oil, directly on the skin. The appropriate dosage that you would use each time is 1 to 2 drops, or you can apply it with a carrier oil. A carrier oil could be fractionated coconut oil, jojoba oil, almond oil, olive oil, avocado oil, and that just helps to spread it a little more evenly. Or if you tend to be sensitive, it will calm down the hot oils. So that would be your physical application. Using it for a headache would be a physical application on the back of the neck, the temples. being able to sleep at night. You want to use oils for insomnia. You might put it on your nose directly there so that you can continue to breathe it. So why are the essential oils therapeutic? Because we're not talking about potpourri oils, we're not talking about fragrance oils. And I will make a pretty strong statement right now. I hope that none of you have Renewed or Febreze or Glades. I usually don't bash, but they are chemicals. There's lots of litigations against them for asthma and allergies. So remove those from your home so that you can be breathing the immune properties that have been expressed from the plant, which is what essential oils are. So why are they therapeutic again? They create more oxygen in the air for us to breathe and increase the availability of the oxygen in our body. Where there is oxygen, disease cannot live. Number two, they raise the vibration of our cells. We vibrate at 66 hertz when we're healthy. And when we drop to 58 vibration, we become ill. It can be a flu, it can be a headache, it can be a viral attack. 58 hertz, vibration becomes that low, we become sick. If it drops to 42, the cells can become mutated, which is translated into cancer. And if we drop to 25, is when spirit passes from our body. So vibration is really important. Rose vibrates at the highest level, 320 hertz. So second is they raise the vibration of the cells of our body. The third aspect is that many of them are antiviral. We'll have a class in the future on the antiviral oils. We have a couple that we're going to review today. Use them to prevent virus from taking over. Colds and flu are virus. Fever blisters are virus. So Western medicine doesn't really have an appropriate way to work with virus, but with herbs and oils we can, and the essential oils are great. I make a spray called antiviral that I just spray the air, spray the pillows, and that helps me to, I haven't had a cold or a flu in probably 20 years. Number four, essential oils or aromatherapy is a 10,000-year-old practice. It's really hard to believe, but they have hieroglyphics proving that, and they have parts to distillers that are 6,500 years old, which are the remnants of how they separated the plant material into a liquid form. And this has been done for 10,000 years. So you can call it man's first medicine. God's medicine is the herbs. Man extracted those immune properties from the plants in a liquid form. Even in King Tut's tomb, they unearthed vessels sealed with plant resins that had essential oils in them that still had the vibration of today's oils. So there's no life termination on essential oils. That's why they're in dark bottles. They will last forever. You'll pass them on to your grandchildren if you don't use them up yourself. So there's no life ending on essential oils. If you mix it with a carrier oil, that carrier oil will eventually go rancid, and then you don't choose to use the essential oil anymore. The essential oil itself will never, ever spoil. Unless you have it in clear glass, unless you have it under tremendous heat, okay? Number five, as I said before, man's first medicine. Number six, they detoxify the cells of the body. So when you breathe the oils, when you physically apply them, the only thing that could happen that is possibly a negative is if you breathe too many, apply too many. Because they detoxify the body, you might get a little headachy or a little bit of nauseousness that will soon pass. Drink a lot of water, because the essential oils push the toxins out of our muscles, push the toxins out of our organs. Number seven, the essential oils strengthen your immune system. And we all need to have our immune system strengthened. That's how we remain sick-free. Free of any kind of sickness is to have a strong immune system. They are powerful antioxidants. Another synonym for antioxidant would be anti-aging. Clove is your highest anti-aging essential oil. And antioxidant is almost like saying it's preventing us from rusting inside. It lowers the amount of free radicals that we have. Number nine, when you diffuse them, When you spray them, you actually remove toxins from the air. The essential oils surround the mold, the dust mites, the odors, the chemical toxicity, and drop it to the floor. So they clean the air. And sometimes we say, well, I have a chemical-free home. Well, what about the paint? What about the flooring? What about the fabric on the couch? There are lots of chemicals around us we're not even aware of. So the essential oils will neutralize those molecules that are coming into the air. I also like to point out that each 10 ml bottle that you would have contains 200 drops. And I'm just going to reach over here and grab one of these bottles. This is a 10 ml size bottle right here, and that contains 200 drops. You use 1 to 2 drops per usage, therefore you have 100 uses in each bottle. That is the most common size bottle that is used. I hand pour all of my essential oils. They are organic and wildcrafted. I buy large containers from all over the world: Ethiopia, Madagascar, Canada, United States, and these oils then we hand pour and label and make available to you. So I look at the oils from 2 different perspectives, and you probably will too. It's just natural. Some of them you're going to love how they smell. Some of them you're not going to be so crazy about. And what's great is you can put them on the bottom of your feet. They will be carried by your lymph system in your blood to where they need to be used within 20 minutes. They'll be in every cell of your body. So put them on the bottom of your feet if you don't like the way they smell. I don't particularly care for lavender and peppermint, but they do wondrous things for me. So I've learned to use them with a medicinal perspective. Others, like sandalwood and rose, I look at with a sense of beauty. All of them heal. All of them do wondrous things, but you will have your own personal perspective, and that's okay. I love ylang ylang. Some people can't stand to smell it. If that's the situation and you know you need the oil, put it on the bottom of your feet. Let's see if there's anything else I've missed. There is another aspect I'd like to point out. If you use an oil that we might consider a hot oil, like cinnamon or oregano, you must really use a carrier with that. But let's say you forget and you put it on and it seems okay for a few seconds, and all of a sudden it's like, woo, that's really hot. Don't put water on it. Find some type of a carrier oil, even if it's Wesson oil, and it will stop the burn immediately, 30 to 60 seconds. In 18 years, I have never had anyone ever have a mark on their skin that did not leave within a few minutes. Because if it's hot and your skin is sensitive and you forgot the carrier oil, all you have to do is add the olive oil or the coconut oil or like I said, the Wesson oil, and that will stop that tingle and that burn. Sometimes if you get right out of the shower and you've washed off your natural oils, the essential oils can feel really sensitive to you. So I think at this point, I would like to show you the book that I use, and I think it's a tremendous reference book. It's on my website, and it is called The Reference Guide for Essential Oils. The reason I love this book so much is because it goes through each single oil. When I say single, I mean not a blend. It would be something like lavender or clove, with tremendous information, which you're going to be hearing in a few minutes. And the last 200 pages of this book are all on symptomology. So if you want to look up something, I'm just going to arbitrarily open it up. It has overcome and release unpleasant, difficult issues in life: overeating, overweight, overwhelmed, oxygen, pain, painting, palpitations, pancreas, pancreatitis, panic, paralysis, parasites. So 200 pages. You'll never ever learn everything that you can that is available about essential oils. In 18 years, I have not learned everything. So you need a reference book that will tell you what the contraindications are, how to use, the history, the folklore, the chemical constituents, and all the uses that you can use the oils for. I also have available a little mini pocket book, which is really pretty good for the price that it exists at. And it, again, will have the single oils in the front and symptomology in the back, a handy little booklet to carry with you. We're going to work from the big book today, though. And we are going to start to work with each of the 12 beginner's dozen oils, and we're going to review each one and what it really does for you. So the first is basil. And if you have your bottle of basil at home with you right now as you're watching this video, you can do a little experiment that I usually do in my real classes when people are really there. So you take your bottle and you drop 2 drops into your palm and you move your hands clockwise for basil, and you put it on your neck. Now, why are we doing that? Because it's going to relax the muscles and allow the blood to move up the neck to the brain. Probably where people complain the most is about their neck. Feel what your neck feels like right now, and after you apply the 2 drops of basil, feel how much more relaxed it is. The neck is the connection between our conscious thinking and our heart, our logical thinking and our emotions. And those usually aren't on the same page, so we will have neck issues really often. Basil is wonderful for any type of muscle relaxation, muscle spasms. And a lot of times people will say to me, well, could I just rub some basil leaves on my neck? That's like taking a pin in a haystack and utilizing its effect. 1 drop of basil is probably equal to a bucket of basil leaves because it takes 5 pickup truck loads of basil leaves to make this 1 bottle. Remember, the essential oils are extremely concentrated, 1 to 2 drops per usage. You can repeat that in another hour if you wish, but don't pour a whole lot on at one time because it's really wasting it. So let's look at what the book says about basil. Basil, we're not going to talk about chemical constituents. I don't teach that, but those of you that are interested, there's many pages in this book that will explain that, the chemistry of the oils and how the chemistry works. The properties of basil are antibacterial, anti-infectious, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, antiseptic for stomach and intestines, antispasmodic, antiviral, decongestant, especially for the veins, arteries of the lungs and the prostate, a stimulant for the nerves and the adrenal cortex, uplifting, also anticatarrhal, which means anti-mucus, antidepressant, energizing, and restorative. I'd like to make a statement here. I really don't know any oil junkies, people that love essential oils. We just don't get depressed. So much oxygenation for the brain and so much incredible help with the oils going to the limbic part of the brain. And I carry my oils in a little Guatemalan pouch in my purse. Stop at the red light, I can smell oils. I'm in a doctor's office, I don't go to doctor's offices, but if you're in a doctor's office or any waiting room, you can breathe your oils. At the airport, you can breathe your oils. It's anywhere because they're with you. So, common primary uses for basil is autism, carpal tunnel, chronic fatigue, abdominal cramps, skin infections, mental fatigue, migraines, muscle spasms, muscular dystrophy, snake bites, spider bites, whooping cough, and wounds. The reason that I'm giving you all this information on this first oil is because there's this much information given on every oil in this book. We can talk about the folklore. It was considered by the ancient Greeks as the king of plants, and it was used to anoint kings. The Hindus placed a sprig of basil in the chest of deceased loved ones to protect them from evil and to provide safe passage into the next life. And due to its supposed aphrodisiac qualities, Italian women would display basil to attract a possible suitor, and the men would present the women with basil sprigs. Historically, it was used for respiratory issues, digestive, kidney ailments, epilepsy, poisonous snake and insect bites, fevers, epidemics, and malaria. French medicinal use. The French medical doctors are the most advanced with essential oils for healing. They use them in all openings of the body. We're not going to get into that with our teaching, but it's very interesting to do research on. French medicinal doctors use basil for migraines, especially when it comes from the liver and the gallbladder, mental fatigue, and scanty menstrual periods. Other possible uses for the basil is aches and pains, anxiety, bronchitis, chronic colds, concentration, nervous depression, digestion, earaches, fainting, mental fatigue, fever, gout, headaches, hemorrhoids, hiccups, insect bites to soothe, repelling insects, insomnia from nervous tension, intestinal problems, poor memory, chronic mucus, muscle spasms, ovarian cyst, prostate problems, rhinitis, which is inflammation of the nose, loss of smell. I just had a seminar last night, and two of the women's sisters were not able to smell. They were able to smell some of the oils. So basil was for one sister, the other sister was peppermint and eucalyptus, and they were just ecstatic. So we're looking forward to following them to see if their sense of smell can return. I've had many people who have enhanced their sense of smell by using basil, and we're going to check out eucalyptus and peppermint for that particular lady. Ovarian cyst, prostate, rhinitis, loss of smell, snake bites, vomiting, wasp stings, whooping cough. So it's incredible to me, all of the different physical ailments that we can assist healing by using the essential oils. Basil is particular to these issues I've talked about, but remember, all oils oxygenate and raise vibration. Aromatic influence, the book is stating. That would mean if you breathe it, you don't apply it physically, you just breathe it. And aromatically, it will help you to maintain an open mind and increase clarity of thought. Safety data. It is accepted by the FDA, surprisingly, to take internally. Again, I'm not going in that direction with this particular teaching. But the safety data is listed for every oil, important for you to be able to reference and know. And with basil, you want to avoid during pregnancy, not for use with people that have epilepsy. And check your skin when you apply it. Like some of you, if you got a tingle on your neck, you would have wanted to have applied a carrier oil to break that tingle in 30 to 60 seconds. So there we have talked about the basil oil, and you know you can even cook with it. You can put 1 drop in your pasta sauce if you forgot to go buy your fresh basil or you're not growing it outside on your porch. So again, it can be used in that way if you wish to. Our second oil we're going to cover today is clove. We have already spoken about clove. In the sense that it is the highest antioxidant oil. But wait till you hear the rest of the things about clove. I actually, with my clients and myself, have had the most success with clove with issues with the mouth, the teeth, and the gums. Historically, dentists, this is what they used. And we have a number of people that we know that when they go to the dentist, they take their clove with them to be used in their mouth. We're going to get into that in just a minute. So let's look at what clove will do for you. Its properties are analgesic, antibacterial, antifungal, anti-infectious, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, antiparasitic, a strong antiseptic, anti-tumoral, antiviral, disinfectant, and an immune stimulant. Common primary uses are antifungal, antioxidant, antiviral, blood clots, bug repellent, candida, cavities when they have pain, corns on the feet, fever, herpes simplex, insect repellent, lupus, muscle aches, pain, tooth abscess, tumor, and wounds. Of course, the folklore and the historical uses are here. We're not going to cover that on the clove. We're going to look at some more of the uses of clove. I have a client. She had the surgery for her gum disease, gingivitis, painful, expensive. They told her she would have to have this done every 2 years. 9 years ago is when she had it done last. She uses clove on her toothbrush twice a day. She will apply clove in her mouth by putting 1 drop in her mouth and moving it around with her tongue. If she feels she has an additional need to add the clove, and she has not had to have surgery, she has not had any recession of her gums, no gingivitis in this 9-year period. So that alone is a wonderful reason to have clove as one of your basic oils. Some of the other uses are amoebic dysentery, arthritis, bacterial colitis, blood clots, helping the bones to become stronger, bronchitis, cholera, cystitis, dental infections, diarrhea, infectious acne, fatigue, flatulence, flu, halitosis, tension headaches, hypertension, infections, insect bites and stings, eliminating insects, lupus, nausea, neuritis, nettles and poison oak, it will take the sting out of those from the skin, rheumatism, sinusitis, even skin cancer, clove is used excuse me, and applied to the skin for skin cancer. Chronic skin disease, removes the desire for smoking, speeds the healing of mouth and skin sores, tuberculosis, thyroid dysfunction, leg ulcers, viral hepatitis, vomiting, and warts. A good subject. There are a lot of the oils that you can apply to a Band-Aid and put over the wart. I have one right here. It's like, what the heck is going on here? I did frankincense one day, oregano another, clove another, and it's gone. It's disappeared because warts are viral. So clove is the first oil we've come up with that can be applied for warts. Aromatically, if you're breathing clove, it will influence healing, improve memory, creates a feeling of protection and courage. As far as the safety precautions, it could be bitey with your skin. Use a carrier oil with it, and avoid use during pregnancy. Excuse me. Cypress is our third oil. Cypress is phenomenal for circulation. So whenever you're thinking about moving the blood, which we want everything to move in our body, we don't want anything to be stagnant, cypress moves the blood. The most common place to apply that would of course be your legs, because the blood has, the venous return is coming up against gravity. So a lot of people have trouble with broken veins, broken capillaries, varicosity. Cypress is the oil to use. Not only does it keep the blood moving, it strengthens the blood vessel walls. In Europe, there are hospitals that actually use it on the back of the neck for those people to be proactive against having strokes for 2 reasons. It keeps the blood moving so there's no clotting, and it strengthens the blood vessel walls so that there's no aneurysm, so that the blood vessel doesn't break. So that alone is exciting to me about cypress. Let's see what else cypress does. It is antibacterial, anti-infectious, antimicrobial, a mucolytic, which is against mucus, antiseptic, astringent, deodorant, diuretic, lymphatic, and prostate decongestant, refreshing, relaxing, and a vasoconstrictor. Common primary uses: aneurysm, bunion, bursitis, carpal tunnel, cataracts, concussion, deodorant, hemorrhoids, herniated disc, jock itch, Lou Gehrig's disease, muscle fatigue, nosebleed, Raynaud's disease, shingles, stroke, toxemia, tuberculosis, and varicose veins. Other possible uses: it's very beneficial for asthma, strengthens blood capillary walls, reduces cellulite, circulatory system functioning, colds, strengthening connective tissue, spasmodic coughs, diarrhea, edema, gives energy, reduces fevers, gallbladder, bleeding gums, hemorrhaging, influenza, laryngitis, liver disorders, lung circulation, muscular cramps, nervous tension, nosebleeds, ovarian cyst, increases perspiration, skin care, helpful for scar tissue, whooping cough, and wounds. When you breathe it aromatically, it influences and strengthens and helps with feelings of loss, increases a feeling of security and grounding. Our next oil is eucalyptus. I know that all of you have smelled eucalyptus. Eucalyptus globulus is the most common eucalyptus, so that's what we're going to be talking about. I love eucalyptus because when you're working with sinus issues, we're not just working with bacteria and virus, we're working with fungus, and eucalyptus will get rid of that. So the properties of eucalyptus are analgesic, so it's going to reduce pain, antibacterial, anticatarrhal, anti-infectious, anti-inflammatory, antiseptic, antiviral, diuretic, expectorant, insect repellent, and stimulant. Common primary uses are for asthma, bronchitis, carpal tunnel, cataracts, congestion. It's cooling, good for coughs, deodorant, dysentery, emphysema, fever, high blood pressure, hypoglycemia, inflammation, jet lag, kidney stones, measles, migraine, neuralgia, neuritis, pain, tennis elbow, sore throat, spina bifida, stimulating, strep throat, tuberculosis, and shingles. So now I wanted to explain to you about the preservation of the oils through the perfume industry. And in the 1920s, René Gattefossé was doing a laboratory experiment with the oils. His arm caught on fire. He plunged his arm into what he thought was a barrel of water. It was a barrel of lavender. His arm healed without scarring, and that's when aromatherapy, the term aromatherapy, was coined because of that great discovery. Aromatherapy started to be revealed, but we really didn't see it much. I know I wore the oils since the 70s, not knowing they were healing until 1996. But really, it was about the 90s that the essential oils really became prevalent. Now we're going to move on to lemon. I clean my house with lemon oil. I don't even use a soap because lemon cuts grease. Lemon is used in the hospitals in Europe. There is no staph, no strep, and no MRSA. Lemon will strengthen your fingernails. Lemon can be put on oil spots on your clothing to throw in the washer. You don't have to use chemicals to spray the spots. Lemon is an anti-cancer, antidepressant, antiseptic, antifungal, antioxidant, antiviral, astringent, invigorating, refreshing, and a tonic. Primary uses would include some things such as autism, constipation, disinfecting, hangover, heartburn, mumps, and water purification. Lemon is also great for mental clarity. Many other uses for lemon, but it is a very fresh, clean smell, and one of the basics we want to have on hand. Now we're going to go to something totally different. Sounds the same, lemongrass. Not in the same family at all. It's not a citrus, it's a grass. Lemongrass is famous and must be in our medicinal cabinets because it reduces the healing time for torn and damaged ligaments and tendons. Ligaments and tendons do not have their own blood supply. Lemongrass has an affinity to go right to the ligament and tendon, oxygenate it, and again, I'm going to say it again, reduces the healing time by 75%. I had 6 torn tissues in a rotator cuff 2 years ago this month, and I did not do surgery, and my arm works 95% because I used lemongrass to heal those torn ligaments and tendons. Lemongrass is awesome for clearing your lymphatic system. We all need to keep our lymphatic system moving and keep it not being stagnant. All people with cancer have clogged lymphatics. So lemongrass is real high on the list with those attributes. Lemongrass is good for air purification, antibacterial, carpal tunnel, cataracts, cholesterol, gastritis, Graves' disease, Hashimoto's, hyperthyroidism, muscular dystrophy, paralysis, tissue repair, varicose veins, and whiplash. There are other uses as well, tissue regeneration being a very good one, and aromatically, it works with the sixth chakra, the intuitiveness, opens that chakra for us to become more intuitive. So that's an excellent attribute of lemongrass. Peppermint. Can't be without peppermint. Again, not my favorite to smell, but I've learned to love it because peppermint will increase your test scores by 28%. A study that was done. It is my favorite oil for giving mental awareness, focus, and clarity. For that alone, it's worth so much because there's so many times we just can't focus, we can't comprehend. People that have issues with that, children that have issues with that, peppermint is excellent. Peppermint also will cool you down. Your feet are hot, you're hot, it's summertime hot, it's hot in your office space or whatever. You can take peppermint oil, brush it on your body, drop your body temperature. Peppermint also is incredible to help with digestion. 1 drop of peppermint on your tummy or on your tongue when you have indigestion. I love to watch people do this because they're like, oh, this isn't gonna work. And all of a sudden, 5 minutes later, they're like, I can't believe it, how good I feel, because it actually helps your digestion. Peppermint also takes away anger. So it has lots of great uses. So the main properties of peppermint are analgesic, antibacterial, anti-carcinogenic, anti-inflammatory, antiseptic, antispasmodic, antiviral, and invigorating. Some other uses that you could use peppermint for that are interesting and different would be brain injury, candida, fainting, Crohn's disease. Works excellent for IBS, people with intestinal issues. Peppermint, 1 drop on the outside, maybe several times a day, will actually help that so much. Morning sickness, paralysis, tennis elbow, scabies are just a few of the uses for peppermint. And again, we've already talked about when breathing it gives you tremendous mental alertness and clarity. So after peppermint, we have spruce. This is one of the conifers, one of the evergreens. All of the evergreens will give protection and will give you great energy. The North American Indians used to sleep under the evergreens, as do the animals, and it would recharge them and give them protection. Spruce is probably very well known for sciatica pain. It's also excellent for opening the crown chakra, for meditation, and also grounding you with the root chakra, grounding you to the earth. Smells wonderful. So basic uses of it are sanitizing, cooling, can even be used to make your own furniture polished, so can lemon, added to a natural botanical oil. And hyperthyroidism and yoga are what they are recommending. Other aspects of it are for aching joints, opening the pineal gland, and stimulating the thymus, which is right under the breastbone, which creates our white blood cells. So aromatically, it gives the feeling of balance and grounds you. When you have a lot of mental chatter, it grounds you. So spruce is something that men really love to smell, because sometimes men don't like the oils as much as women. But spruce, everybody really loves spruce. So we have 2 more oils, and tangerine is another citrus that we're going to look at right now. The smell of tangerine is incredible. I love to diffuse it because everyone loves how it smells, and you can even diffuse it when you're eating because it does not conflict with food. I just had a teaching last night that I did, and everyone was eating their potluck dinner, and we had tangerine being diffused because it doesn't interfere. Tangerine is really well known for clearing the lymph tissue. Apply it physically for that, and also makes you feel really happy and light. I have a lot of children that respond to tangerine. The school and their schoolwork is so overloaded for them, and tangerine gives them a light feeling and takes away that irritability. But it's great for adults as well. So what we are having stated here is that it's great for dissolving cellulite, good for constipation, dizziness, fat digestion, wakes up the lymphatic system, awesome for clearing the lymph system, very good for sadness. Stretch marks when combined with lavender, and it's very good for edema. It's like a diuretic. It reduces the edema. And aromatically, it's sedating, calming, and creates happiness. And the smell is delightful. The last oil today is wintergreen. Wintergreen or birch are used for the same thing, and that's anti-inflammation, anti-inflammatory. Almost everyone needs that because inflammation is the basis of most disease. And wintergreen or birch can be used. They are two different plants, but they have the very same characteristics for healing. Wintergreen is also excellent for the bones. So I like to take, and all four of these oils are in the beginner's dozen. I like to take basil for muscles, lemongrass for ligaments and tendons, clove for pain, and wintergreen for inflammation, and also the resonance it has with bones. And that becomes very awesome to use with arthritis pain, stiffness, sore neck, sore shoulders, lower back pain, those four oils together. Wintergreen properties are analgesic, so pain reducing, anti-inflammatory, anti-rheumatic, antiseptic, antispasmodic, disinfectant, diuretic, a stimulant for the bone to grow, and warming. So other uses it has are cramps, arthritis, tendinitis, hypertension, which is high blood pressure, and a few other uses that we have with the wintergreen is edema, infection, reducing discomfort in the joints, kidney stones. It also drains and cleanses the lymphatic system. Good for obesity. Excellent for osteoporosis and osteopenia. Skin diseases. And it's really known for its ability to reduce and alleviate bone pain. It has a cortisone-like action due to the high content of methyl salicylate. For my usage, I use wintergreen every day. It just calms the irritation of the inflammation of the body. So we've just gone through 12 of our basic beginner's dozen oils, and I've taught this for 18 years. I've used the oils for healing for 18 years. I never get tired of talking about them. I never get tired of using them. They're inspirational. They're fun to use. They're easy to use. And people that love them start to become what we call oil junkies. So I would like you to keep in mind that there are more classes coming up. We have 4 more classes that are going to cover the rest of the single oils that I have available. And we've categorized these into some other titles that you'll see on the website. And those are going to be called a grouping called antiviral, a grouping for feminine energy, another grouping for mood enhancement, and another for spiritual and meditation. We will also be offering a class on workshop on how to make the sprays, how to make massage oils, bath salts, roll-ons, headache roll-ons, etc. That's a very fun class. And we also have a class coming up explaining blends and sprays and how to use them. So go to lisasherbsandoils.com. I loved having the class with you today. I look forward to seeing you in the future, and happy oiling!